New York Red Bulls 2 are led by head coach John Goalie. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting 11 for your Birmingham Legion FC. In goal tonight, number 1, Matt Van Oekel. On defense, number 15, Kasim Ward. On defense tonight, wearing number 30, Rafa Cromwell. On defense, number 3, Kyle Fisher. On defense, number 33, Kyle Holbertson. In the midfield, number 6, Anderson Akiaju. In the midfield, number 5, Captain Mikey Lopez. In the midfield, number 10, Brother Kasim. In the midfield, number 14, Daniel Johnson. At forward, number 11, King Williams.
That's why I was asking.
And at forward, number 7, Brian Wright. Your Birmingham Legion FC is led by head coach Tommy Boone.
That's how he says it. You can try to do that. This is a bunch. Vincent Desert. Vincent Desert. Yeah. Vincent Desert. That's why I was asking. When I see J, can you read J or it's short?
Yeah, that's why I brought my winter coat, and
there you go. Feels good outside.
truly is perfect weather.
Yeah, feels great.
Players will be able to run all day in this.
Heads up, it is windy.
My phone is my paperweight tonight.
Just 2 games left in this 2019 USL Championship season, the inaugural one for Birmingham Legion FC. They have 2 more home games to try to shore up their Eastern Conference playoff positioning tonight. The first one against New York Red Bulls 2. There's a shot from the iconic Vulcan statue overlooking the south side of downtown Birmingham, Alabama, as Birmingham Legion FC get ready to host New York Red Bulls 2 on this Wednesday night in the USL Championship. Good evening, everybody. Blake Gardner joined by Mike Getman. Excited to have you with us on this Wednesday night. And Mike, 2 teams trying to shore up their playoff position. Birmingham Legion fighting for their playoff lives at the bottom of the table, while New York Red Bulls are hoping for a home playoff match to start their run.
We've got the leading goal-scoring team in the Eastern Conference versus a team that knows they've got to score goals tonight. Both teams are well-rested. Both have had a week off. This is going to be a really fast-paced match. I expect a lot of goals tonight.
Yeah, we expect it to be entertaining. And, of course, plenty on the line, as we've already talked about, as we look at the USL Championship table, or at least the bottom part of it. Mike, Birmingham Legion have a chance to clinch their playoff positioning tonight, that number 10 seed, with a win and a Charleston loss.
It's been 10 months of hard work. This team has been working towards a game like tonight with an opportunity to clinch a playoff spot.
Charleston, of course, playing the team in 12th position right now. Memphis 901 FC. That game has already kicked off and is through one half of play. Of course, New York Red Bulls, too, don't want Birmingham Legion FC to come away with 3 points. And as we look at their impact player tonight, first, Jared Stroud has been so big going forward for this New York Red Bulls 2 side this year.
This is a team that's had a lot of different players in and out of the lineup, but one constant all season long has been Jared Stroud. He scores goals, he sets up goals. He's the man that makes this team run.
Third in goals scored is Stroud in the Eastern Conference, trailing only Nashville's Daniel Rios and Tampa Bay's Sebastian Guinzati coming into tonight. The guy that's going to try to stop some of those shots tonight, Matt Van Oekel. He has been an anchor at the back for this Birmingham Legion side. He's brought a real veteran presence.
In almost every win of the season, Matt Van Oekel has made 1 or 2 early saves that keeps Legion in the match, and then the team finds their footing and goes on and wins the match. I expect him to have a really good match tonight.
As you look on your screen, some of the finest efforts Van Oekel has supplied so far this year. He's kept plenty of clean sheets so far at BBVA Field. He hopes to continue that tonight. Technically, the 3rd time these 2 teams have met. Their first trip down here to the Deep South was washed out by rain. No weather issues tonight as kickoff comes your way next.
BBVA, transforming banking to put the world's opportunities in your hands. BBVA Compass is now BBVA, creating opportunities.
Coors Light is cold filtered for brightness and clarity. The world's most refreshing beer, Coors Light.
Welcome back to downtown Birmingham, Alabama. Getting closer and closer to kickoff tonight from BBVA Field between New York Red Bulls 2 and Birmingham Legion FC. Time to look at each side's starting 11s, and we'll begin with the visitors from Montclair, New Jersey. New York Red Bulls 2. It's a very similar 4-4-2 that they've used, Mike, although a few changes have been made since their last contest against North Carolina FC.
A number of changes in this lineup, some due to injury, some players being pulled up to MLS, and of course, Alan Yanis off with the Guatemala national team. It's still going to be a very high-powered offense. It's still going to be a team that presses and chases all over the field. Different names, same attitude.
Meanwhile, for Birmingham Legion FC, no changes from a team that got beat 4-0 against Hartford Athletic. Coach Thompson was pretty upfront with us. He just expects his team to play better.
I like this lineup and I like this formation. I think he's got it exactly right for tonight's match. This group has played really well together on the field. Should be a really fun matchup.
So that's the starting 11 for Birmingham Legion FC this evening. There's Red Bulls 2 head coach John Wolniak in his 5th season with this New York Red Bulls coaching side. Of course, the 2016 USL Coach of the Year. Since taking over Red Bulls 2, this program has experienced plenty of success under his watch. Meanwhile, head coach Tom Sohn, a former teammate of Coach Wolniak in the 2000 MLS season with Chicago Fire. Coach Sohn, the first head coach in Birmingham Legion FC history, playing their inaugural season in 2019. Our referee tonight is Elton Garcia, the Texas native. Gets his second look at both New York Red Bulls 2 and Birmingham Legion FC. He looks just about ready to go on this night from Birmingham, Alabama. 60 degrees at kickoff. It's the premier developmental side in the championship against one of the league's most exciting upstarts, with playoff positioning hanging in the balance.
It is a beautiful, crisp, clear night for a football match tonight.
Garcia waits the final go-ahead. And there's the opening whistle. It's the penultimate game for both Red Bulls 2 and Birmingham Legion, and for the Magic City, it's underway. New York Red Bulls 2 in their regular red kits. Birmingham Legion in their attack blacks with white socks and white shorts. As you get a look on your screen, top left-hand corner, notice that Charleston-Memphis score. We'll be keeping an eye on that most of the night as Battery and Legion fight for that 10th and final playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. It's Charleston Battery who leads 1-0 through 45 minutes in the Low Country. But right now, all attention here in the Magic City as Birmingham Legion try to come away with the result against New York Red Bulls. We'll see if the visitors from the Northeast can spoil the party and improve their own playoff positioning, Mike. They have an opportunity to secure a home playoff game in round 1.
Both teams have something to fight for tonight. This isn't just another league game. It means an awful lot to both these teams. I think we're going to see this New York Red Bull team playing lots of direct balls, trying to get forward as quick as they can. We'll see how Legion does handling the early pressure.
Injury report tonight is brought to you by Viva Health. Of course, Eduardo Rito and Jordan Scarlett are out for New York Red Bulls 2. Rito due to an ankle injury. Scarlett is out on yellow card accumulation. And Alan Yanis, as Mike mentioned near the top of the broadcast, is out due to CONCACAF Nations League play with his native Guatemala. Birmingham Legion has dealt with a host of injuries in 2019. Chandler Hoffman, Mathieu Laurent, Eddie Apoku, Tyler Savitsky, and Daigo Kobayashi all remain out. Good news is they do get back Zach Aravo, who played for Haiti last night in CONCACAF Nations League play. He flew in this afternoon and is available if needed sometime this evening. As Culbertson's lofted throw into the box is headed away. And it'll be Culbertson who collects all the way back to Matt Van Oekel. First early touches for Daniel Johnson. Johnson trying to turn the corner against Lemma. Couldn't quite do that. Red Bulls break the early pressure. Now a chance to move forward quickly. Off and running is Elney. Jorgensen cutting it inside. Trying to thread it through. Cut out by Cromwell.
Really good read from Razak Cromwell there. Saw the pass coming, just stepped into the lane. Kept possession.
This is McSherry. And Matt Van Oekel will come out to collect. Mike, time to look at our keys to the match for both sides, presented by Bare Naked Noodles. Let's start with the visitors first.
Well, Red Bull, are a high-scoring team, and if they can score early, they know that Legion FC have not done as well when playing from behind. So that's really the key for them, and they're a very good counter-attacking team. If they can get forward quickly, they know that they can create opportunities. For Birmingham Legion, it's really about keeping possession and not letting this become a counter-attack game, and then defending crosses, defending balls served into the box. Red Bulls 2 serve nearly 13 crosses a game. That's going to be a big part of their attack. If Legion can handle that, then they've got a good chance to maybe keep the Red Bulls off the scoreboard completely.
Those are keys to the match, presented by Bare Naked Noodles. Pasta's so good it doesn't need to get dressed in Birmingham. First corner of the night for either side belongs to Birmingham Legion. Here in the 4th minute, it'll be Daniel Johnson to take it, the 24-year-old. With a good-looking service, Lopez couldn't quite get ahead to it. Cromwell on the half volley. Here's Kasim, who couldn't quite let it go. Kasim leaves it for Asiadu. Still questions being asked of this New York Red Bulls back line as Johnson's cross is deflected out of play.
Red Bulls play a 4-4-2, but very often it's really a 4-2-2-2, which means that they have 8 players right up the middle of the field, but they've only got 2 out wide. And so I'm sure that part of Birmingham Legion's plan will be get balls wide, see if they can exploit that space outside. We saw it right there where the ball got played quickly to Daniel Johnson, ended up creating another corner kick.
That'll be Johnson to take the second corner of the night as well. Man who came over to Birmingham Legion after trialing with Sporting Kansas City back in the early part of 2019. Johnson, another decent service. Cromwell couldn't quite corral the header, and now Red Bulls off and running. Nicely done by Asiadu to win possession back. Here's Wright. Wright cutting it inside, leaves it for Lopez. Lopez out to Ward. And now back to Johnson. Legion have cycled it all the way around the park. Johnson's cross deflected, and it'll be already the 3rd corner of the night for Birmingham Legion FC.
It's not hard to see the plan for Legion FC. We're just a couple minutes into the match, but they've already gotten the ball wide 3 or 4 times, and they've created 3 or 4 corner kicks from that.
First 2 services from Johnson have been good. This one is short. Kasim plays it back to him quickly. Johnson surveying. Inside for Cromwell. Cromwell back to Kasim. Kasim's left-footed service is a good one. Lopez's header will go out of play. Was it deflected last by a red shirt? It was. But Lopez thought that was as good a chance as Legion have had as they continue to knock on the door here early on.
Mikey Lopez isn't the tallest of players, but he's got great leaping ability. Wins that ball. Great flick. Defender did really well to deflect it out of bounds.
Looked like Bryce leveled. They got the last piece. The 17-year-old making his first career start tonight. That's still in the area. Falls for Williams. This centering ball is deflected away. Still work to be done, though, for this Red Bulls defense. Ward chips it into the area. Back post, and finally Evan Loro can come out, collect, and send it far away from his 18-yard box, where it feels like most of the action has been here early, as Ward commits the foul against Stroud.
Little bit of a bump. Stroud not happy with it. I think it was a good foul to take. We know that Red Bull are really dangerous on the counter. That time they just took him down and didn't let him have the counterattack. Everybody gets back on defense.
Stroud wanted an early card. Referee didn't see it that way.
There was definite contact, but I don't know that there was enough for a yellow card, even though it's a little bit of a tactical foul. It was close enough that the referee's not going to give a card just 6 minutes into the game.
Rustin Kilwine restarts play, lofts it in to the area as Culbertson heads it away from danger. Here's Lemma. Lemma with a volley right at Van Oekel. And quick service there from Van Oekel to try to get it all the way up the field to Wright. Level fights off Wright. That's a matchup worth watching tonight. Those two right there, Wright against Level. Wright held him off that time. Allowed Legion to keep possession, and now it's cycled out to Ward. Ward still with it, edge of the area. Bit of a heavy touch betrayed in there. Lopez able to rescue it. Asiadu Circles away from danger. That'll go all the way through for a goal kick.
Wasn't a great ball from Asiadu, but again, you can see what they're trying to do. They know there's space out wide. Ward was all the way up in the attacking third of the field looking for that diagonal ball.
9th minute here for the Magic City. Scoreless between Birmingham Legion FC and New York Red Bulls 2. Although the action has been up and down, we expect that pace to continue most of the night tonight. As Evan Laurel restarts play, the 24-year-old played his collegiate soccer at the University of Michigan. And makes start number 27 tonight in goal for New York Red Bulls 2. Kyle Fisher all the way back to Van Oekel.
Really well handled by Kyle Fisher. He knew he was under pressure, but he calmly headed it back, kept possession, lets his goalkeeper have it touch and feel like he's a part of the game.
FanTu 2020 committed. Season tickets for Legion FC in 2020 are now on sale. Whether you need to renew your plan or are in the market for season tickets, as a giveaway here from Legion might have sprung a New York Red Bulls attack. Lopez ushers it out of play for a corner anyway, but now's the time to make those arrangements for season tickets. Next year will be bigger and better than ever. Make your plans now by calling the Legion FC ticket office at 205-791-7145 today. Be hashtag 2020 committed. Red Bulls take the corner quickly, play it short. Lema to swing it in towards the back post. Still in the area, off the half volley. Lopez sends it away. And it looks like Legion have cleared their lines. Asiadu sprinting forward. Trying to fight off Kofi and a host of other red shirts around him. No whistle as Red Bulls win it back, but only momentarily. Here comes Johnson. Johnson trying to thread it through to Wright. Wright's able to get there. It's Brian Wright, and on goalie circles the keeper, and Legion lead. Calm, cool, and collected from Brian Wright, and he's given the home side the early lead in just the 11th minute as Legion draw first blood.
Everything that Legion could have wanted right there. The early goal, your leading scorer gets into the action early. You got Brian Wright, a big physical player up against a 17-year-old rookie. Almost an unfair matchup. And very quickly, Brian Wright takes advantage of the teenager and gets Legion what they needed.
Red Bulls forced the turnover in midfield, but kept possession only momentarily, and it was Daniel Johnson who sprung it through to Brian Wright. The 24-year-old Canadian scores his 6th goal of the year, and the Forge is fired up here early at BBVA Field as Legion are on the board first. So not the start New York Red Bulls 2 we're looking for as we get a look at the finish from Wright. Circled the keeper Loro, and nothing Loro could do about it.
Bullies level off the ball. Does a great job of keeping his composure and going past the goalkeeper and calmly slots it away. Really top quality goal from Brian Wright.
Kind of goal you expect from a man who spent time in MLS on loan here in Birmingham from New England Revolution. And it's a much needed goal for Birmingham Legion FC. Not only fighting for playoff positioning, but also trying to shake the bad taste out of their mouths from a 4-0 defeat at Hartford Athletic last week. We're off to a good start so far tonight. Ward almost a bit sloppy in possession there, and in the end he does give it away, although it could have been much worse. And now off and running is Bezecourt. Bezecourt, bit heavy on the touch. Kyle Fisher is there to supply the stop. Those are the kinds of attacks that are going to be attacks Legion are going to have to stop tonight. Red Bulls, when they go forward, it's fast and furious.
Red Bulls are the worst possession team in the entire league. They make more giveaways than anybody else in the league, and they don't care. They just get people forward. They serve balls forward. They put you under pressure. New York City FC, their crosstown rivals, are the exact opposite. They're all about possession. They never give the ball away. They play out of the back no matter what. And Red Bull 2 and Red Bull 1 have taken the exact opposite approach. Let's get people forward. Let's put teams under pressure. We don't care about possession. We care about creating chances, creating goals, and they've been very effective at it all year long.
Red Bulls 2 have scored 70 goals so far this year. That's first in the Eastern Conference, second in the championship, trailing only Phoenix Rising. As Ward cuts out that through pass. Fisher sends it away, but only as far as another red shirt. Elney. Asiadu. Asiadu turns, looks up, finds Kasim.
Again, that's where the space is going to be all night. You can get balls wide because Red Bulls don't have a lot of players out there. They've only got an outside back on each side and nobody else playing wide. And then if you can find Brian Wright and J.J. Williams, those two will be 2v2 versus center backs all night long. If you can get it wide, play into the feet of your forwards, you can create some really dangerous opportunities against this team.
Tolkien's pass cut out by Ward. Fisher under a bit of pressure. Here's Elney. Couldn't get around to Asiadu. Kasim with the flick. Midfield is going to be tight, congested, and everyone's going to be under pressure for most of the night tonight, we expect.
Legion doing a nice job so far, finding that balance, keeping possession when you can, but not overplaying, not forcing things into the middle. The one or two times where they've overplayed, Red Bulls have quickly gotten at them, but overall it's been a good start. Obviously a great goal to get things kicked off, but also good decision-making all around the field so far.
Tolkien runs it down, the 17-year-old from New Jersey. As there's a pair of 17-year-olds tonight at the back four for New York Red Bulls 2 to go along with a pair of 22-year-olds in Kilwine and McSherry. It's McSherry who got forward, won the header, couldn't find a red shirt. Here's Lopez, out wide for Ward. Johnson turns, back out wide. Good combination play there as Tolkien forces it into touch. Quarter of an hour in. Go ahead, Mike.
One of the interesting details I'm just noticing is that as this ball came out to the right side and Daniel Johnson was 1v1, Brian Wright has slid himself all the way to the opposite side of the defense and matched himself up with the shortest defender on the field at only 5'9". I think he's looking for that cross to come in, knowing that at 6'2", he's got a really good chance of winning any ball that gets served to him.
Legion with a pair of big bodies up front, and Williams and Wright. As Red Bulls play quickly off the throw. Lopez stops play momentarily, dispossessing Bezecourt. Legion fans, don't forget there's only one place where you can choose what kit Legion FC will wear on their last game of the season this Sunday. Download the Legion FC app today and vote. Available on both iOS and Android platforms. That's the Birmingham Legion FC app, the only app where you can vote on Legion's Sunday afternoon kit. Stroud out wide. Fisher with a sliding tackle to dispossess him, but he does cede a corner.
Really good tackle. Stroud is the danger man we highlighted earlier.
Second corner of the night for Red Bulls 2, as you see Charleston Battery still cling to a 1-0 lead an hour in South Carolina against Memphis 901. Good service. Cromwell heads it in the air. Williams supplies a second header, and Lopez sends it away. Back into the mix. Here's Lemma for Stroud. Stroud couldn't quite turn against Lopez. Still Lemma with options, a low delivery, and Williams pokes it out of play.
Again, Red Bulls get it wide, serve it in. They create danger. They don't always know where it's going, but they got so many bodies in the box. Every ball served in is dangerous.
You can hear Coach Wolniak down below telling his club to stop waiting, get that cross in early. Lemma's low service headed away by Williams to the feet of Kasim. And Kasim turns and finds some open space, but he couldn't thread it through to Asiadu. Still Red Bulls with attacking options. Stroud another service. Still in the mix. A shot deflected away by Fisher as Bezecourt got off a good left-footed strike, but Fisher's right foot was there.
6 players for Red Bulls in and around the box on that attack. There's just so many bodies, you don't know who it's going to bounce off of. They drive balls in. Everything is dangerous, but so far the Legion FC players have done a really good job of just playing smart and simple, not trying to overplay when they're under pressure.
Chris Lemma takes this one short. Stroud's left-footed service. Williams heads this one away as well. And off the half volley, it's skied into the night sky by McSherry.
Out of the stadium. There's a really tall net behind that goal. It cleared the net, it cleared the fence, it was gone.
1-0 Birmingham, 19 minutes in. Fans, don't forget Birmingham Legion FC and trust the care of its athletes to UAB Sports Medicine Team, and you should too. All of our doctors are fellowship trained and have extensive experience caring for patients of all ages. Whether you're a weekend warrior or a competitive athlete, come see UAB Sports Medicine so we can help get you back to your active lifestyle. Throw in coming for Red Bulls too. Visitors from New Jersey come into the night with a playoff spot already clinched and in their grasp. If the result holds, they would be in 5th in the Eastern Conference when the night comes to a close. 1 spot away from hosting a playoff match as the 4 seed. Good defensive work once again by Kyle Fisher, who's off to a good start tonight. Johnson hooves it forward, looking for J.J. Williams. It's McSherry who gets there first and does the wise thing, heading it back to his keeper. J.J. Williams, the Alabama native, product of the University of Kentucky. The 21-year-old is one of 2 big bodies Legion FC have up front tonight. Wouldn't be shocked, Mike, to see more balls served in their direction, especially early while they have one-on-ones. As Wright is able almost to clear Tolkien.
Legion played New York earlier in the year. They tried to play their normal game, keep possession, knock it around. But New York puts you under so much pressure, it's hard to play that way for 90 minutes. And Red Bulls did a really good job of punishing Legion every time they turned it over. Tonight, it's really been almost the exact opposite, where Legion have kept possession when it's on, but they've made great choices about getting it wide early and also playing some balls early over the top. Red Bulls leave themselves 2v2, and right now you're talking about 2v2 with 1 experienced center back and 1 17-year-old in his first ever start. So playing some quick balls over the top and challenging those 2 makes sense, and Legion have clearly game planned this out. They're prepared for what's happening, and so far they've exploited it really well.
First time these 2 teams met was back in April, and it was here on this field, BBVA Field in Birmingham. New York Red Bulls 2 had all the possession, they had all of the game. They were up 1-0 thanks to an early goal scored by Tom Barlow, and then thunderstorms, lightning, and the sky dropped out in about the 20th minute, rendering the game unplayable from there on out. Officially canceled and rescheduled for this date, October 16th. Second time these 2 teams matched up in New Jersey, it was all Red Bulls 2, as you mentioned, Mike. 5-0 to the boys in red, who overran the Legion defense.
This is a completely different Legion FC team. They've come a long way over the past few months. It's also a different Red Bulls team. As you mentioned at the start, they're missing 5 starters due to injury or call-ups. Tom Barlow, who is a top-class center forward, is now with Red Bulls New York in MLS, getting ready for their playoffs this coming weekend. And so they're missing some real key players that punished Legion last time they played.
Ward's throw in a bit too tall for Wright as Lemma brings it down. Legion trying to get off this near touchline, and they do, freeing Razak Cromwell, who once again pairs as a center half with Kyle Fisher. It's been a Legion defense that, by and large, has been much better at home this year than on the road. They've amassed quite a few clean sheets here at BBVA Field. Epe and Oakle responsible for 11, with which is good for 5th in the championship this season. Ward trying to get around Tolkien and keep it in play. It doesn't matter as the whistle will bring play back as Lopez was brought down.
Not only is this a home game in front of your home fans, but it's also on grass rather than turf, and that's certainly something that is a big advantage for New York Red Bulls when they're playing at home. They're playing on a turf field that's much narrower, and it does change the game.
Cromwell serves it forward to Williams, a bit too tall for him. Fans, don't forget it's the last game of the regular season, and everything, including a spot on the playoffs, could be on the line as Legion FC continue their playoff push at BBVA Field Sunday, October 20th against Pittsburgh Riverhounds in a game presented by Mercedes-Benz of Birmingham. Kickoff is at 4:30, but fan appreciation festivities begin in the plaza at 3. Get your tickets today at bhmlegion.com or on the Legion FC app. Early chance here for Red Bulls 2. Can they equalize as the square ball is played out by Fisher, who had to come to the rescue, but the best chance Red Bulls have had so far tonight.
Great discipline from Kyle Fisher. Razak Cromwell got beat to the end line, but Fisher did a really nice job of staying with his man, making sure that the danger in the middle wasn't allowed, and he's there to cut it off. Gives up the corner, but not the goal.
Jorgensen, the 19-year-old from Timbark, with good service there, but Fisher up to the challenge. And swinging ball, dangerous Jorgensen, can't quite put it on frame.
Really good chance for Red Bulls right there. Jorgensen should have done better with it by himself at the back post. If that's on target, it scores.
So danger there from New York Red Bulls too, but nothing comes of it in the end. Not the same in South Carolina though. Charleston Battery have created more danger for Memphis 901 FC. They've doubled their margin, 2-0 Battery over 901 with a little over 20 minutes left in Low Country. Not great news for Birmingham Legion FC, who needed 3 points tonight and a Memphis win to lock up a playoff spot. As Wright nutmegs the defender, gets into the area. His shot just wide of the back post.
Brian Wright showing he's a really dangerous attacking player. Red Bulls are struggling to control him.
Wright with an excellent touch as we get a second look here.
Great ball splitting the two defenders and just inches past the post on the finish. Really nice effort from Brian Wright.
Great effort from Wright, who started 14 of the last 15 contests for Birmingham Legion, really become a stalwart of this club. Blake Gardner alongside Mike Edmond, glad to have you with us here in Birmingham, Alabama. A cool, crisp 60 degrees in the Magic City. Can't ask for much better weather than we have tonight.
Really is perfect playing conditions. The weather is just right. Both teams want to be able to run up and down. Tonight the weather won't prevent them at all from that. The field looks to be in pretty nice shape. Lots of space out there for both teams.
Tolkien is down after a collision with J.J. Williams. Head coach Sean Wolniak not a fan of the late challenge from Williams that sent his man to the ground. And it's going to require medical attention, it looks like. Not a good sign for Red Bulls too. John Tolkien, the injured man, the 17-year-old, making his 9th start tonight for Red Bulls too, after being called into the United States U17 setup earlier in the year. One of the brightest products of this Red Bulls Academy, and we'll get a look to see what happened here. Definitely crashed hard into that ad board after a late challenge from Williams.
It was a late challenge, but both players were playing the ball. It looked like the problem is that he landed in those signboards that are just off the edge of the field. I don't know if it was his back or his wrist that hit the signboards, but that's what looked like it did the damage.
While he's being attended to, Red Bulls 2 will play down a man as Williams was booked off screen. So it is a yellow card caution shown to J.J. Williams, our first of the night. Red Bulls 2 quickly moving forward. Here's Kofi. Bezecourt couldn't quite thread it through. McSherry against Lopez. Red Bulls 2 poking and prodding. Stroud couldn't quite beat Asiadu. Here comes Anderson. Asiadu back the other way.
His idea was a really good one there. Asiadu knew that Red Bulls tend to all step to one side and try to pressure the man with the ball, so he tried to spin out and just drive it across the field to Brian Wright, who he knew would be 1v1. Didn't hit it very well. It wasn't successful, but the idea was a really good one.
Lauro couldn't quite find Stroud, but it falls to a red shirt nonetheless. Here's Elney. His chip finds only the waiting arms of Matt Van Oekel, the 33-year-old in goal who we highlighted at the Open. Making his 22nd straight start tonight, 70-plus saves for Van Oekel. Big reason why Birmingham Legion were able to turn their season around, as Lauro is called on there.
I don't know if that counts as a shot on goal, but that ball traveled to 80 yards.
Stroud's pass cut out by Ward, and Ward goes to ground to win the ball as well. Here comes Johnson. He's got numbers and options. Wright trying to get past a defender, draws the whistle, and a free kick given in a dangerous position.
Every set piece is a real opportunity at either end of the field. We've seen Red Bulls be dangerous on their corners. Here's a great set piece opportunity. It's within shooting distance, but you also have Brian Wright and J.J. Williams who have the advantage height-wise on the center backs here. We'll see which option Legion look at.
Good news for Red Bulls too, as John Tolkien makes his way back into the mix. Right across your screen there. Red Bulls 2 back to full strength, as the 17-year-old left fullback is able to continue. Now let's see what Legion have cooked up on the training ground here. Lopez leaves it for Cromwell, who's well off target.
We were at practice earlier this week and watched them practicing that very set piece. Cromwell just didn't hit it very well this time.
And Cromwell appears to be the man down and in some discomfort. So play halted here in the 31st minute as Cromwell is down and pouring to what looks like his left leg. Not a good sign for Birmingham Legion, the 25-year-old Ghanaian who joined Legion on loan in mid-May. And it must have happened before the camera panned over to him, because he was already down on the turf.
They're checking out his knee right now. I wouldn't be surprised that he mishit that free kick and just hyperextended his knee. Certainly didn't look like a contact injury. Nobody within 10 yards of him when he sat down. So I'm pretty confident that he just tweaked that knee one way or another. Hopefully he can walk it off and come back on.
Walking a bit gingerly, but is able to come off under his own power. So Legion will play down a man for the moment, as Cromwell will get some attention and speak with head coach Tom Sohn there on your screen. And we'll see if Cromwell is able to continue. Legion sent all their subs sprinting to warm up just in case.
Normally you'd see a player trying to walk it off. He's not moving at all. I don't take that as a very good sign. He's still holding the back of his knee, and it looks like he's going to take his seat on the bench.
So it looks like Legion are forced into a change here in the 32nd minute. Not ideal. Meanwhile, the team in black will play down a man. See if Red Bulls 2 can take advantage, generate an offensive chance or two. Kofi for Lemma. Lemma's early service is a good one, headed wide.
Going right at the spot that Cromwell has vacated by his injury. Ball served right where he would have been. The natural replacement, I think, would have been Zach Arivo, but he played 90 minutes last night for the Haitian national team. So I'm expecting we're going to see Femi Hollinger-Jansen here in just a little bit coming on at the left center back spot.
Van Oekel will restart play here in the 33rd, as it looks like it will be Hollinger-Jansen who comes on here in a moment at the next stoppage. Fans, don't forget, when you're busy shuttling kids to and from school, soccer practice, and everything in between, and don't always have time to cook a healthy meal many evenings, keep you and your family out of the drive-thru with Meal Fit, the official food sponsor of Birmingham Legion FC. Meal Fit makes life easier and healthier with delicious and balanced home-cooked meals prepared for life on the go. Learn more about Meal Fit and order now online at mealfit.co. That's mealfit.co. Tolkien trying to thread through to Stroud. Fisher got there first. Plays it into touch, and that will be enough time for Legion FC to make the first change of the night, as Femi Hollinger-Jansen will come on, the product of the University of Indiana.
Femi Hollinger-Jansen. Leading the game is number 30, Razak Cornwell.
Femi brings good size and athleticism to the center back position. He hasn't played much over the last month or so, as he was dealing with some symptoms from a concussion earlier in the year. But he, I know, was training very hard this week. Not expecting to get into the game this way, but certainly looking forward to participating in this match.
Ward up ahead to Wright, couldn't quite get it to him. Here's McSherry on the turn, the product of Princeton. First team all Ivy League last season. It's still McSherry moving forward. Finds Bezecourt, who gets it right back out wide to McSherry. His service is driven. Hollinger-Jansen's first touch sends it away from danger.
It's a great touch from Bezecourt. I don't know if we'll see the replay on that or not, but fantastic, quick, two-footed touch. Play that ball down the wing and create the opportunity for Red Bulls.
Fourth corner of the night for Red Bulls so far. They take this one short. Cut back inside. McSherry. And it flicked away. Tolkien lets everyone reset for a moment before playing all the way back to Loro. Now both sides have a chance to regain their shape a bit. Loro gets it a second time. Felt like he didn't want it a second time. And the flag is up for offside, as Bezecourt never made it back. Good offside flag there based on the look we got, as Charleston still leads Memphis 2-0 with just 10 minutes to go. And looks like Charleston Battery have wrapped up a nice home win that helps their playoff hopes for certain. All the more important now for Birmingham Legion to keep pace with a three-point performance of their own tonight, should they want to keep their playoff hopes alive. Here's Williams dancing edge of the area. Gets around one defender. Couldn't quite beat both of them, though. Kofi taken off the ball by Lopez, but wins the throw.
You always hope that you'll get some help in these playoff races, but the reality is, with so much on the line, every team fighting so hard, the good teams are going to find ways to get their points. You got to take care of your own business and not count on help from somebody else. Charleston doing a nice job of getting their win tonight, but so far Legion have taken care of their own business and have the goal lead that they need.
Well done by Bezecourt to get through the traffic. He's still got it. Now he's got McSherry out wide pushing forward. McSherry cuts it inside, beats one man, still McSherry. Culbertson takes it off him. Still danger left to deal with. Lemma gets it back out wide. Inside Bezecourt. Bezecourt's cross deflected, and Jorgensen couldn't turn it in.
Kyle Fisher didn't get a touch on that ball, but he took a swipe at it, which threw everybody off. I think that was Jorgensen that was right there to tap it in, but Fisher threw him off just enough. Ball goes out for throwing.
Jorgensen's had a couple of opportunities early tonight. 19-year-old from Denmark, third on the team in goals scored so far this year with 10. as Kasim has found some time and space up the left side. Kasim with an early delivery. Johnson has it deflected off his boot out of play.
What a great pass. That was a fantastic ball. Driven low on the floor, bent around two defenders. Daniel Johnson just an inch away from getting a toe onto that ball.
Just a lovely offering there from Kasim to create the chance. Does lead to a corner, another one for Legion, their first from the far flag here in this first half. Johnson plays it short to Culbertson. His first touch service sent away. And in the end, nothing comes of the set piece. Lovely turn by Johnson, springs himself. Gets it through to Williams, who can't quite win the battle against Laura.
Definitely seeing the end-to-end game that we thought we were going to see. Both teams having good scoring chances, one right after the other.
Whistle on a stoppage as Bezecourt couldn't quite keep that in play along the touchline. You see Loro come out to defend his own box there. Fan Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. So far, it's Legion who have had the most scoring opportunities in this one. Red Bulls 2 trying to change that. Stroud, a bit behind the intended target, got there anyway. Here's Jorgensen taken down from behind, just on the edge of the area, I believe. And it is a yellow card coming for Culbertson. But Red Bulls 2 can't believe it. They want a penalty.
I'm not sure they're arguing for the penalty. It might be asking for a red card. It's the last defender taking down a man and a clear goal-scoring chance. He took him down outside the box, so I don't think there was any doubt about it not being a penalty. But is this the last defender taking down a man on a scoring chance? You can see what they're arguing about. I'm not sure I think that should have been a red card. You definitely had Kyle Fisher nearby. You had Mikey Lopez chasing back. But you can see why they're making the argument.
There's no goal. It's not even close.
You can hear Coach John Wolniak below.
He's standing right next to our field level mic, so we're getting a good earful of everything that he's saying.
He thinks it should be red. It is just yellow from head referee Elton Garcia for Kyle Culbertson. Free kick right on the direct edge of the 18-yard box. As Wolniak still looking for answers. Can't believe it.
Red Bulls have been really good on set pieces, whether it's a free kick or a corner kick. They've been dangerous all season long. This is a great opportunity. This ball's about 21, 22 yards out. Just enough time to get it up and down. This is a very dangerous free kick opportunity.
Looks like it'll be Bezecourt to take it, the 26-year-old from France. As now the referee will go over and speak with his linesman on that far side. It's Ashley Varnson tonight. One more look at the foul against Jorgensen.
You can see from that angle, it's a clear and deliberate foul. Culbertson even put his hand up as he did it, saying, yes, I got him, I'm sorry. It's a debate over whether or not he's the last man back.
And Garcia, after a bit of a stoppage, is motioning the captain Lopez over, or is he motioning over Culbertson?
You don't see it very often, but it does look like he's changing the call. Reaching for his back pocket, which means red.
And Kyle Culbertson's night comes to a close in the 42nd minute after a long deliberation between officials. Culbertson's yellow changes colors, and Legion are down to 10 men. The fans can't believe it. Legion's sideline is incensed.
Just before he made that change, I was going to talk about how John Wolniak is going crazy on the sidelines, but he might as well sit down because referees aren't going to change the call now. Turns out referees are going to change the call.
There's assistant coach Kano Smith. You can see his arguing down below, and Culbertson will take his time making the long walk across the field. His night is done and his regular season is over, as red card means he will be unavailable for selection in Legion's final contest against Pittsburgh on Sunday.
I would think what we're going to see after this free kick, we're going to see Akeem Ward slide over to the left back spot and Mikey Lopez drop out of midfield and come to the right back spot. And they'll play a man short in midfield, only 3 instead of the 4 they started the match with. That is not only a huge call, but it's a huge change of a call. I can't think of a single time in my nearly 200 years experience here watching soccer games where referees changed the call.
Bezecour's service is over the bar. So in the end, nothing comes of the free kick opportunity for Red Bulls too, but certainly a game-changing decision as Legion will play down a man for the remaining 40+ minutes.
Just a minute left in the first half, plus stoppage time. There'll be a couple minutes because we've had a couple of injuries and we've had that long break while he decided to change from yellow to red on the card. So I would guess we'll have 2 or 3 minutes of stoppage time here. Legion just need to get through the half, get into the locker room, and sort out the details.
So how the complexion of this game has changed. Birmingham Legion operating on the front foot for most of the evening and working with a goal advantage, now playing down a man. And Red Bulls too, with all sorts of opportunities moving forward, it would at least appear, the remainder of the night. Still boos from the home crowd here at BBVA Field. Very unappreciative of the efforts of Elton Garcia, our head referee tonight.
Mostly he's let things go tonight. He's let some physical challenges from both teams go without even making the call. He clearly saw this foul, made the call, showed the yellow card. I'm guessing that the assistant referee on the far sideline said something to him that changed his mind. We do not have VAR or video assisted refereeing tonight, so it had to come from assistant referee.
4 minutes of added time, as you saw on your screen. Our added time tonight is brought to you by UAB Medicine. As that rolls into touch. Fans, don't forget to tune into ESPN3 Saturday, October 19th for a special game of the week to close out the 2019 season. A home playoff match is at stake when Real Monarchs LC hosts Sacramento Republic FC. The winner hosts a playoff match while the loser potentially goes to the play-in game. Catch all the drama Saturday, October 19th on ESPN3. Wright couldn't quite get around a host of red shirts near the touchline. Now Kofi's got plenty of space. And a dream scenario for Jean-Christophe Kofi. He's gonna have a lot of space in midfield for the rest of the night. Kasim able to bring it down, get around Kofi. Siadou couldn't quite win possession back, and Kasim is whistled for the foul. And a yellow card brandished here as well. Another decision the home faithful not appreciative of, as a man remains down. Inside the circle, it looks like McSherry, who slowly gets to his feet. So Kasim's been booked, and now that's 2 yellow cards and 1 red card that have been issued to Legion players so far in this first half. Based on the look we just got, it didn't look like there was much there.
Maybe a foul, but I certainly don't see anything that looked nasty or late or deliberate. Strange call.
So far, the decisions with the whistle not going the way of Legion FC. Red Bulls 2 so far have yet to take full advantage, with still a minute or so plus left in stoppage time in this first half. Fans, don't forget you can continue to enjoy the USL on ESPN through the 2022 season. USL is excited to announce the Championship and League One will remain with the leader in sports for 3 more years. ESPN Plus will continue to be the home of all things USL. At least 19 games a year will be featured on the ESPN family of networks, including 9 games on ESPN Deportes. Continue to follow, support, and watch your club on ESPN and ESPN Plus as JJ Williams is down in a heap after a tough challenge.
This referee is going to be happy to blow the whistle for halftime here in a moment. He pointed as if the foul was on J.J. Williams. I'm not sure he saw this foul. It was at least as hard a foul as the one he just cautioned Prosper Kasim for, and then he gave the foul the other way. No question that that's a foul on Red Bulls and a handball.
Kofi going through the back of Williams. And now Garcia over to talk to the Legion bench. Head coach Tom Sohn can't believe it. He's trying to look out for his 6'4" striker. And Sohn better be careful, otherwise he's going to be issued his own caution.
I think he's making sure the referee hears from him, because John Wolniak got in the referee's ear for the first 30 minutes of this match, ended up getting a player sent off because of his yelling.
And now a yellow card's been issued to Jean-Christophe Kofi well after the play. And Wolniak on the other touchline can't believe it. Late decisions have been a theme of this first half, and neither side has been happy with the officiating so far tonight.
That's twice the referee has changed his call after getting yelled at by one of the coaches.
Johnson serves it forward into the area. Fisher got a head to it. Hollinger Jensen! Down a man, but up 2 goals are Birmingham Legion FC, and that is how the first half will come to a close, as Birmingham Legion FC appear to have doubled their advantage, or have they? Another late whistle, as the linesman will now talk with the head referee to see if there was offside. And it appears there was.
You got 2 really good teams going at each other really hard, but the story of the match so far is the man in the middle in the bright yellow shirt. Whether he's got him right or wrong, he's certainly been the one who's had the biggest impact on this match so far.
So wipe it off the board. Hollinger Jansen was deemed to be in an offside position. As we get another look. Hard to tell from that angle. It was awfully close.
Really, really close. We're not going to know for sure from that angle.
So take it away. Legion's lead at the break is 1-0 over New York Red Bulls 2. They do have a lead, but they're down a man. And the officiating has been the story of the first half of action, to say the least. We'll take a break. Halftime festivities coming up, including an interview with Daniel Johnson and a check of the rest of the USL Championship. That all in a moment when we return to BBVA Field in Birmingham, Alabama.
At Red Diamond, we've spent 112 years searching the world for the perfect beans. Your search will be considerably shorter. Red Diamond. Expect perfection. Available at a grocer near you. When your taste buds demand greatness, nothing compares to Red Diamond coffee. Unless, of course, it's Red Diamond tea. No shortcuts, no skimping. Perfect's not easy. Red Diamond. Available at a grocer near you.
What's going on, guys? My name is Blake, here with midfielder Daniel Johnson. Dan, thanks for taking some time to join us today. So, obviously, first year for the club, your first year with the club in this inaugural season. Take us through this season. What's it been like?
It's been a roller coaster, you know. We've had our ups, we've had our downs, but I think the team that we've grown into and the culture that we've been able to create over the course of this year is kind of incredible. I mean, it's really special, and the air around the team and around the city, you can kind of feel that energy, and it really does feel like I've come here, and the guys that have committed to come here have decided that we're going to be a part of something special.
And it feels different, right? From March all the way now it's October. Not only is the weather finally cooling down, but it feels like the team's gone through some challenges. The fans have really found this club, and it just seems like everything's coming together as we close out 2019.
I mean, I just notice more and more as we're downtown, we're around town getting dinner, we're getting recognized, people are asking for pictures, and I mean that's huge, because not only does it show us that, you know, we're getting support, but it shows us that people support enough to care and to know who we are and to come out to games, and then to be impressed enough to want to, you know, engage with us off the field. So the support has been incredible. The city's taken to it, you know, better than I'd ever expected, especially being in the South and kind of in football country, but it's been amazing. It really has been.
And we talked about it earlier, so Nashville was the last Eastern Conference USL side to make the playoffs in their expansion season, but by and large it's tough to do. Memphis is already out, Hartford's already out, a lot of the other expansion clubs already out of playoff contention, but Legion have a chance to take advantage here on this last week of the season. It's a pretty unique time.
Yeah, no, it's really unique, and I think it's a testament to us staying patient and sticking to the identity that we knew we wanted to create when we sat down in January for preseason and said, this is the team we want to be. We're building from zero. We need to weather the storms that are going to come, but we're going to get there, and I think for the most part we have. So being in this position now and being the last inaugural team who's really in a playoff run and not even scrapping for it, it's in our hands.
Yeah.
We take care of these last two games and we're in. So that's huge, and I think getting there is a big accomplishment in and of itself, being in this position, but knowing that our locker room and our coaching staff, our owners and Jay, we're not just satisfied with getting here and being an inaugural team that's competed, because we feel like we've brought in a group that can compete and go forward and win championships.
Compete this year, compete for years to come. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for your time, Dan.
No, thank you for having me.
Gomez there. Gomez on the Bermudez. Bermudez puts it home. And Greenville scores. Pepe going for goal. He's given North Texas the moment.
What this club is trying to do is offer a real sense of community.
But it's all about the process. Make sure you're doing the little things right.
We have a really strong locker room, and everybody really wants to do well for the club.
Good afternoon, faithful. This is a big day. This is a big deal for us. This is a win for the community.
We've been averaging, between, I would say, 10 and 12,000 a game.
And it is a loud, boisterous 10,000, 12,000, and they love us, and we love them just as much. I mean, it's a reciprocal relationship at all times.
We never thought that we would grow this fast.
I have to pinch myself because, it sometimes seems too good to be true, but it's not. It's been pretty unbelievable, and, it's been done better than I ever could have dreamt of, to be honest.
This is a club for New Mexico,
by New Mexicans.
And I don't think that we're done yet. It's just getting started.
Welcome back to BBVA Field. Birmingham Legion FC on top of New York Red Bulls 2, 1-0 at the halftime break. Blake Gardner alongside Mike Edmond, glad to have you with us. That was an eventful first 45 minutes. It's been a pretty eventful Wednesday night on the whole across USL Championship. Of course, the game Birmingham Legion fans are going to want to focus on is in the top left. Charleston Battery close out Memphis 901 FC tonight by a final score of 2-0 to slide into the playoff picture above the line. Meanwhile, Indy 11 take care of business at home against Swope Park Rangers. They're now the 3 seed in the Eastern Conference as things behold. But a couple of big matchups, Mike, coming out west, especially New Mexico United, who have been scuffling a bit. They're trying to scrap back above the line.
Big game for New Mexico United tonight. They're just below the playoff line, but can get themselves above it with a result. Austin Bold, another expansion side with a chance to solidify their playoff position.
So those a look at some of the scores from across the USL on this busy Wednesday night. Here's the USL Championship table on the eastern side as it stands right now. There you see Indy 11 in that 3 spot. New York Red Bulls 2, if this result holds tonight, would be in the 5 slot. They need a result to try to inch up to that 4 spot and take it over from Tampa Bay Rowdies, which would mean they would host a playoff game in the opening round. As things hold right now, Birmingham Legion just narrowly holding on to a playoff spot at the bottom of the Eastern Conference table as well, just above the line. That's been the story. The playoffs open next week, October 23rd, next Wednesday, with those 4 play-in round games, 7 seeds versus 10 seed, 8 seed versus 9 seed. The playoff push is certainly upon us, Mike. Still plenty of meaningful soccer left, even this late in the year.
Comes down to the last week. That's the way you want it to be. Nothing is decided yet. Everything to play for. Lots of excitement.
11 teams still alive that haven't clinched, but only 6 spots left on either side of the East and the West. 8 spots have been clinched in the East. Just 2 spots remaining for Legion, Charleston, St. Louis, and Memphis, although Memphis is now out of the picture with their loss to Charleston tonight. Here's what's happened in our first 45 minutes, and Mike, I'm not sure if this grouping of stats tells everything that happened in those first 45, but it does tell a bit of the story.
Tells a little bit of the story. Obviously, the goals is the big part of the story that matters at this moment, but it doesn't show you that it's 10 men versus 11, and that's really going to be the key in the second half. Possession, I don't think either one of these teams cares that much about the possession. They care about chances. They care about shots. That's been pretty even. Battles in the air, duels for the ball have been pretty even between both teams. The biggest difference right now is what the scoreboard says, 1-0 for Legion FC.
Could have been 2 for Legion, if not for a late offside call against Femi Hollinger-Jansen, but Legion down to 10 men. That could loom large in our second 45 minutes as Red Bulls 2 try to climb back into it and level the match. We'll take a timeout. Second half comes your way in a moment.
BBVA, transforming banking to put the world's opportunities in your hands. BBVA Compass is now BBVA, creating opportunities.
Coors Light is cold filtered for brightness and clarity. The world's most refreshing beer, Coors Light.
Welcome back to downtown Birmingham, Alabama. Just about ready to go in our second half of action between Birmingham Legion FC and New York Red Bulls 2. Time to get a look at some of the highlights from our first 45 minutes of action. And it was a busy first 45 minutes. The handshakes between the two coaches, probably the last bit of non-controversy in that first half. Other than maybe this, Brian Wright circling Evan Loro, putting Birmingham Legion on the scoreboard first, but it has been a physical first half since then, filled with some controversial decisions after Wright scored his 6th goal. Lovely pass by Daniel Johnson to free him. But there was plenty of other action to get to in this first half, and a lot of it, Mike, maybe a bit too much of it, involved the men and women in yellow.
Initially, the excitement was all about the players. Good ball served in from Red Bulls, great ball from Daniel Johnson to Brian Wright, and then from there, it was all about fouls. It was all about the calls from the referees. Almost all of the big calls were no calls at the start of the play. Then the referees changed their mind. First about what is a foul, then about a yellow card to a red card, then a no card to a yellow card. Then what looked to us to be a pretty clear goal getting changed to a no goal.
Prosper Kasim went in the book for that challenge that didn't look all that harsh. Of course, New York Red Bulls 2 ended up with their own booking on this challenge from Jean-Christophe Kofi after a foul was given, and then this was what Legion thought would be their 2nd goal of the night, and on freeze frame it's awfully close to see whether Hollinger Jansen was kept onside by Sebastian Elney. Hollinger Jansen thought he had Legion's 2nd. Instead, it was wiped off the board by the offside flag. So our score is 1-0 as we're ready for the second 45 minutes between Birmingham Legion and New York Red Bulls 2. Legion down to 10 men for the remainder of it. Can they hold on here at home?
We'll see what decisions they've made, but I'd be shocked if it's not J.J. Williams dropping back a little bit, at least on defense, to help in midfield. He's been a good defensive player all season long. And then let Brian Wright try and match up with one of the center backs probably as often as possible against the 17-year-old Bryce Level.
Here's Kasim. Kasim, an early chance. Kasim converts the early chance. What a strike from the Ghanaian. And Legion have doubled their lead on their first chance of the second half.
Well, that didn't take very long. Great ball across to Prosper Kasim. He takes a good first touch and then hammers it into the far side netting. Beautiful goal to open this second half of play.
Legion down a man, but now up 2 goals. A 46th minute strike from Prosper Kasim. It's goal number 7 for him, and the Forge gets some early work in the second half. And what a finish for Prosper Kasim, who had struggled to find his finishing touch over the last month or so. His first opportunity the second half ends up in the back of the net. And Mike, what a finish it was.
Great little move to freeze the defender, and then through the legs, hammers it home. McSherry's a pretty quick, experienced defender, but Prosper Kasim just simply beat him 1v1.
A huge second goal with Legion down a man. Opportunity now for Red Bulls to try to get back within 1. McSherry cuts it back. Lim up. Across the way to Tolkien. It'll be an all-out press from New York Red Bulls 2 in this second half, as if it wasn't already. Trying to find their first. Here's Tolkien against Lopez. Lopez with good defending. Stroud's cross, found by Van Oekel.
Red Bulls 2 have been a very high-scoring team, but a large part of their goals have come from counterattacks, quick attacks, serving balls over the top. Legion are going to have to sit back a little bit more and defend a little more at the back of the field. It'll be interesting to see if New York Red Bulls can be comfortable in the attack. Do they change what they've been successful at and just try to keep the ball moving?
Legion playing with a 4-1-3-1, it looks like from here. Down a man after the red card given to Kyle Culbertson back in the 42nd minute, as McSherry can't run down that long pass.
I think you've got it right. It's going to be 4 defenders in the back, 1 defensive midfielder in Anderson Asiadu, 3 midfielders in front of him, and then Brian Wright all by himself up top looking for counters and looking to hold the ball when possible.
Red Bulls able to win it back in the attacking half. Level. Back to Kilwine. Kilwine still working forward, now out wide for Tolkien. Kilwine's pass cut out by Asiadu. Asiadu fights him off. Able to keep possession, and a lovely ball delivered to Lopez, who's not going to get there. But still, excellent defensive work from Asiadu. Going to need to be a lot of that for Legion's perspective in this second half. Imagine Red Bulls 2 are going to have quite a bit of possession.
They're going to have the possession, but it's not what they do best. What they've done best all year, get it wide, serve it in early, fight and battle for second balls. If they can stick to that, they have a chance to be successful tonight. But if they just knock it around and keep possession in the back, it's not what they're best at. They're not a great passing team, but they're a very dangerous team when they serve balls into the box.
Here's Stroud into the box. Stroud on the turn. Elney couldn't quite flick it through, and Williams sends it away. And a foul is given late behind the play as Asiadu went down. So a free kick coming for Legion as Asiadu is able to walk it off. Fans, don't forget, when you're busy shuttling kids to and from school, soccer practice, and everything in between, and don't always have time to cook a healthy meal many evenings, keep you and your family out of the drive-thru with Meal Fit, the official food sponsor of Birmingham Legion FC. Meal Fit makes life easier and healthier with delicious and balanced home-cooked meals prepared for life on the go. Learn more about Meal Fit and order now online at mealfit.co. That's mealfit.co. Lima, the 23-year-old from Georgetown, has created a team-high 89 chances this year. That was a lovely pass inside to Bezecourt. Elney couldn't quite connect with Jorgensen. Still possession falls for Red Bulls 2. Here's Jared Stroud, the man we highlighted at the open. Played just 22 minutes the last time these two teams met. Stroud lets it go at Van Oekel.
That's the first real save of the match for Matt Van Oekel. Shot was straight at him, but it was skipping. Did well to hold on to it.
Good look from Jared Stroud. Man who scored 14 goals this year for New York Red Bulls 2. Third in the Eastern Conference, trailing only Sebastian Guenzati at Tampa Bay and Daniel Rios at Nashville. Here's Jorgensen on the turn. Can he get around Fisher? He can't. Good individual defending by Fisher, but he does concede a corner.
Good 1v1 defending. Going back to Jared Stroud just for a moment. He's got 14 goals, but he's a midfield player. I haven't seen the stat, but I would bet that's the most in the league out of midfield.
Left-footed service to the back post. Van Oekel with a one-handed tip to get it out of danger. Corner coming on the other side for Red Bulls, and Stroud rushes over to take it and takes it very quickly to Lima. Lima lays it off. Tolkien squares it. McSherry. His pass couldn't quite find Bezecourt. Still loose top of the area. Bezecourt out wide. Still Red Bulls 2 knocking on the door. Tolkien's cross towards the back post. Fisher heads it away.
Fisher's done a great job so far tonight. He's cleared out a lot of dangerous serves that have come his way.
Substitution for New York Red Bulls 2. Their first change of the night after Legion were forced into an early one due to injury. As it looks like that's going to be all for Jean-Christophe Kofi. New man is Omar Sow. The 18-year-old from Gambia comes on here in the 53rd minute. So the first change for Red Bulls 2 is made.
Not 100% 100% sure why they've made that change this early, but they did bring on a bigger player, maybe recognizing that they haven't been winning as many balls in the air as they would like, and they're just trying to make it a little bit taller team to battle for those serves.
Johnson with a bit of a mishit there, but Ward is able to send it away from So. Run down in the corner by Loro. Did he keep it in play? He didn't, but it's just a throw coming. From deep in the corner. Legion fans, are you hashtag 2020 committed? Season tickets for Legion FC in 2020 are on sale now. Whether you need to renew your plan or in the market for season tickets next season, now is the time to make those arrangements. Next year will be bigger and better than ever. Make your plans now by calling the Legion FC ticket office at 205-791-7145 today. Be hashtag 2020 committed and hammer down. Ward's throw in will restart play. Former DC United player gives it away. Here comes So, his first meaningful touches since coming on, as Jorgensen couldn't quite call out. Gotta imagine Matt Van Oekel's gonna take his time restarting play with every ball that comes his way in the second 45 minutes.
Legion are up 2-0. They really don't need anything else other than to watch the clock tick off. They're going to be happy to let every opportunity waste as many seconds as they possibly can.
Red Bulls 2 coming forward once more. Tolkien's cross deflected out of play by Lopez.
Good defending out wide by Mikey Lopez. Another corner kick for New York Red Bulls.
Get a second look at the play by Lopez. Got that right leg extended. Once again, Red Bulls 2 take the corner short. Tolkien's driven service is off Asiadu. Lema's service is off Hollinger Jansen.
Those short corners, what Red Bull are doing is they're drawing two defenders out, but then they're bringing a third man over, and so they're really outnumbering Legion in that corner of the field 3-2. Every time they've gotten some type of a service off, but Legion have managed to deal with it as it came in every time so far.
Legion will give away another corner as Lopez deflects that service out of play. Seems like Legion FC have gotten a lot of boots on attempted services from the Red Bull wingers and fullbacks. Stroud with a decent ball. Hollinger Jansen heads it away. We'll redo that. And this one will be taken short. Here's Lema. Nicely done. Tolkien lays it off. Stroud's service. Van Oekel is there.
That's that 3-on-2 again. Legion are going to have to figure it out because it's getting a little bit more dangerous each time. You don't want to send too many of your players out there, especially when you're already a man short. But Red Bulls have clearly worked on this play. They've scouted it out, and they've been dangerous with it.
Here's So, who's settled in on the right side since coming on for Kofi. Now wide McSherry. Good first service. Van Oekel with the two-handed catch. Nicely done by the 33-year-old keeper.
He's really big, but he's got great hands. He does extremely well to hold on to this ball. Has to reach to the very edge of his range, but gets it and holds on to it.
Van Oekel sends it away. It's lofted right back towards his area. He supplies a header this time. Kasim trying to turn against McSherry, does so. Well done by Kasim. Trying to play it early through to right. It was cut off by Level. Here's Bezikor. And a foul given as Kasim came in from behind.
There was some physical contact, but I'm not sure what the foul is. Both players got a foot on the ball.
Red Bulls back with it as Legion settle into their defensive block. 2 rows of 4 with Wright up top. Can Red Bulls 2 break him down and try to cut the deficit in half? Bezecourt, the Frenchman, trying to play it across the pitch, unsuccessfully, intercepted by Williams, who tries to find Brian Wright. Wright wins the foot race. Wright trying to chip the keeper, but a bit too heavy.
He saw the keeper off his line. He wanted to have that soft, delicate touch, just floated over him. But Brian Wright's got the ability to just smash that ball into the net. I think he'd like to have that one back.
It would have been the second of the night for Brian Wright. In the end, just a bit too much power for a very powerful striker.
When you're that big and you're running at full speed, it's hard to have a really delicate touch. That's why I thought maybe he'd just crank it up and let it go.
Lemma's ball over the top, a bit too far for Jorgensen. Fans, Birmingham Legion FC entrust the care of its athletes to UAB Sports Medicine Team, and you should too. All of our doctors are fellowship trained and have extensive experience caring for patients of all ages. Whether you're a weekend warrior or a competitive athlete, come to UAB Sports Medicine so we can help get you back to your active lifestyle. Van Oekel sends it away as we are almost an hour through our late October matchup tonight. Legion down a man, but up 2 goals. Red Bulls 2 have a half hour to change that. Tolkien gets around Williams, loads Lurven's service, goes all the way through without nary a touch.
Really good service, dangerous ball, played early behind the defense, making all the defenders run towards their own goal. But Legion FC players did a really good job of simply beating their man to the spot and not letting any Red Bulls get near it.
Been a frustrating night so far for Matthias Jorgensen, the 19-year-old from Denmark. Had a couple of chances in the first half. Hasn't had a quality one yet in this second half. Wright flicks it on towards Kasim. Kasim against McSherry. Lovely footwork by Kasim as jersey was being held and the foul is given.
McSherry is a very good defender and he's got good pace. Prosper Kasim is just so quick and he's got such tight control. McSherry just didn't know whether he was going left or right.
So a set piece opportunity for Legion. We'll leave a few men back to prevent a quick counter. With just 5 black shirts in and around the penalty area. As Johnson delivers towards the back post, long run, Fisher on the half volley. And did it go across the end line? It did.
That was the call, and we're not right on the goal line, but it sure looked like he got to that ball before it crossed the line. That ball's nowhere near out of bounds. I'm not sure what the officials are calling tonight. I know we're not supposed to make too many criticisms of the officials, but this has been a very interesting night for officiating.
Red Bulls 2 back with possession. As Tolkien misplays it, Lopez will usher it out near the flag. Lopez hit from behind and a foul is given right on top of the flag. Is it a throw or is it a foul?
He's calling it a throw-in.
And it appears it is a throw-in coming. So Lopez will take the throw. Legion able to get it out of that corner of death, but only momentarily. Red Bulls 2 win it back, and now possession heavily favoring Red Bulls, over 62% now on the night. And it looks like Red Bulls 2 are primed to make their second change of the evening as well. Here's Stroud. Stroud's left-footed service. He cuts it back. It's an open look, but it's mishit by Bezecourt.
Stroud, very dangerous out wide, beats a man, serves the ball back to the top of the 18. A little bit of a skipping ball, hard to hit when it's coming at you that quickly. That one wasn't close.
Second change of the night for Red Bulls 2. is Ben Mines, who comes on for Sean McSherry. Mines, the 19-year-old from Connecticut. Made his MLS debut last season, back in March against the Portland Timbers. Made quite a few appearances for New York Red Bulls too, however, over 50 so far in his professional career. Here's So. Inside for Stroud, who's got plenty of time and space. Pushing forward to Stroud. Stroud tried to leave it for Mines, but a bit too far.
Mines and Stroud not on the same page there. It's really interesting to see a change at the back for New York Red Bulls when it's goals that they need. But I think they got tired of watching McSherry get run all over the place by Prosper Kasim and felt they just had to lock that spot down.
A little over 25 minutes left tonight. Fans, don't forget it's the last game of the regular season, and everything, including a spot in the playoffs, could be on the line for Legion FC as they continue their playoff push at BBVA Field on Sunday, October 20th against Pittsburgh Riverhounds in a game presented by Mercedes-Benz of Birmingham. Kickoff is at 4:30, but fan appreciation festivities begin on the plaza at 3. Get your tickets today at bhmlegion.com or on the Legion FC app. That's this Sunday, October 20th, Birmingham Legion FC against Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Here's Jorgensen. Turning against Fisher, plays it back towards Lemma. Now Stroud. Stroud lets it go from distance. Van Oekel is right there and waiting.
Second shot on target for New York Red Bulls. Both of them by Stroud, both of them straight at Matt Van Oekel.
Not too terribly much has challenged Matt Van Oekel for the majority of this evening, as Mines misplays that opportunity. Throw-in coming for Legion.
This has been one of the challenges for New York Red Bull too. They've given up a lot of goals. They've given up a lot of possession. They're not the most technical team. They've got a real team spirit. They know what they're trying to achieve on the field, and they're very good at it. But they do make some technical mistakes. They do give the ball away often, and they do give up a lot of goals.
Daniel Johnson on the volley. Tried to make something of nothing there. Not a bad effort for the 24-year-old as New York Red Bulls quickly restart the action. This is a Red Bulls club that put up 5 against Legion in New Jersey back in May. A 5-0 rout. So far haven't found the back of the net tonight, trying to change that. So Fisher missed the clearance at first and then opts to play it over the inline for a corner, although it appeared that So almost got away with a handball there for a moment. Red Bulls 2 take the corner quickly. This is Stroud into the area. Stroud leaves it for So. So still with it, goes down. Referee says play on. And a foul given on the edge of the area. So you got a second look back on the other end of the pitch.
Again, Red Bulls playing 3 against 2 off of the corner kick out wide and creating dangerous opportunities. Legion have to figure out how they're going to defend that. That's the 3rd or 4th time we've seen it, and every single time they've created danger.
Entering our 68th minute tonight, fans, the USL has unveiled its elite youth platform, USL Academy, that allows clubs at all levels across USL to develop its local youth and compete at the highest level across the United States, including the USL Academy Cup. For more information, visit uslsoccer.com/academy. Olinger Jansen's header intercepted by Bezikor, out wide for So. So holds off Johnson. Centers it back in. It's flicked on by Elney and into the back of the net. And New York Red Bulls 2 have cut the deficit in half with a lovely flick by Elney, and it ends up beating Van Oekel.
I actually think it's going to go down as an own goal, as it ended up coming off of Kyle Fisher. Elney had the first touch, but I think Kyle Fisher had the last touch that put it by Van Oekel.
We'll get a second look as So's service caught Elney, and it is Fisher who got a left boot to it. And that was the final touch that sent it past the Legion keeper.
It's an own goal, but that's what New York does. They get bodies in the box, they serve balls in the box. You put enough pressure on teams and things just have a way of happening.
So the own goal cuts the Red Bulls deficit in half. With still over 20 minutes left, plenty of time for the visitors to find an equalizer. As the pressure continues to mount on this Legion defense, playing down a man as they have been since the 43rd minute. Composed look there from Fisher, finds Johnson, who's fouled.
Red Bulls have gotten the goal that they needed to put themselves back in the game. They've still only had 2 shots on target the whole night.
Miscommunication there. It's a throw coming for Red Bulls too. As we enter the 70th minute from BBVA Field, downtown Birmingham, Alabama. Blake Gardner alongside Mike Gebman. Glad to have you with us. Plenty of Eastern Conference teams tuning in tonight to see how this match affects their playoff positioning and seeding. This matchup certainly matters quite a bit for St. Louis FC and Charleston Battery. Right there with Birmingham Legion hovering around the playoff line. Here comes Tolkien. Tolkien centers it back. Johnson with a key touch. Danger not dealt with totally yet. Now it is. Another reset of possession for Red Bulls too. Here's Stroud. Stroud against Lopez, cuts it back, only finds Asiadu. Asiadu can't quite clear it away.
Red Bulls doing a really nice job of keeping up the pressure. When they lose possession, they're not dropping back, they're stepping up and putting Legion under pressure, forcing them to make tough passes and winning the ball back early.
Here's Bezecourt. His cross blocked by Williams. Out to Tolkien. Tolkien's service blocked by Lopez. Lemma. Back to Kilwine. Kilwine lets it go over the bar.
Not a bad effort, even though it's not on target. Oftentimes, as you take shots from distance, it forces defenses to worry about you and stretch out just a little bit. It may create an opening later on in the match.
Good look from Kilwine, the 22-year-old from Florida Gulf Coast, former A's Sun Defensive Player of the Year. There's that lovely full moon that watches us tonight from the Magic City. It's been a lovely night for soccer. Plenty of breeze. Temperatures moved into the 50s as the night has gone on. Here's Johnson, finds Williams. Legion with a chance to possess for a bit. Williams finds Kasim, who is onside. Kasim's service, sent away by Loro.
Great touch to keep that ball away from Brian Wright. I thought that was going to be number 3.
Johnson still dancing with it. Can't connect with Williams, but it finds Lopez. And Legion able to continue their run of possession, but only momentarily as that's played into touch.
It's an interesting detail tonight. There's been a big discussion over the last couple of years about college soccer and is it still relevant since so many professional teams have their own youth academies, including this New York Red Bulls organization. But New York Red Bulls started 8 college players tonight. Legion FC started 9. So 17 college players getting to start in this very important match.
Here's Lemma, one of those players that played college soccer at Georgetown. He finds Mines. Mines almost fought off it by Kasim. There's a throw coming for Red Bulls too as Legion prep their second change of the evening. Here's Lemma. for Bezecourt, taken off by Johnson. Lemma able to poke it out to Mines. Mines with the first touch cross. Hollinger Jansen sends it away.
Goes out for a throw in, not a corner.
Here's So, flips it up into the air near the 6-yard box. Stroud and Williams fight for it. Williams wins it, but only for a moment. Here's Tolkien. Tolkien's shot deflected by Hollinger Jansen.
Legion want to stay compact, but you got to be careful. You can't let people shoot from 23, 24 yards out. During the warm-ups of this match, literally every player for New York Red Bulls was working on finishing during the warm-up. Center backs, outside backs, everybody. So we know that they all feel comfortable taking shots. Don't want to give them a clean look with no pressure.
Second change of the night for Birmingham Legion FC, and it's going to be Zach Aravo, the Haitian national, who comes on for J.J. Williams. Certainly a defensive change here as a striker comes off and a midfielder comes on, and Aravo will be called upon for the last 16 minutes or so, despite playing a full 90 minutes for his national team of Haiti last evening against Bolivia.
This is a change that would have been made at the half if Zach Aravo hadn't played last night. He played a full 90 minutes at the international level, a really physically and emotionally demanding task. Hopefully he's got 15 minutes in him for today. That's a really quick turnaround. At this level, you don't see it very often where a player plays in 2 matches in 48 hours.
23-year-old on loan from New England Revolution is the second change of the night for Legion, each side with one change still at their disposal for the final quarter hour. Legion FC cling to a 1-goal lead. They took an early advantage in the 10th minute. They doubled it almost straight away once the second half began in the 46th, but gave one back on an own goal by Kyle Fisher in the 68th. Kasim hooves it forward, looking for the run of Wright. Wright got around the defender, able to bring it down. It's 1v2 is Brian Wright, and he can't quite keep control. A great hustle by Aravo. Held it in doubt for a moment.
Well, he certainly seems up for it. You don't know if a player can emotionally get himself together with really just 24 hours notice, but he certainly showed a little spark there.
Fans, don't forget there's only one place where you can choose what kit Birmingham Legion FC will wear on their final game of the season. That's the Birmingham Legion FC app. Download it today on both iOS and Android platforms. The Birmingham Legion FC app, the only place you get to choose which kit Birmingham Legion FC will wear against Pittsburgh Riverhounds on Sunday afternoon. Forget Sunday, Legion FC still with plenty of work to do to close this one out this evening against a Red Bulls 2 side that has been one of the best offensive clubs in the championship this year, the best offensive club in the Eastern Conference. The pressure will keep mounting as Legion continue to play down a man.
New York Red Bulls have been a great scoring team all season, but since the start of July, this Legion FC team has been a great defensive unit as well, with 11 shutouts over the course of the season. They've been very good defensively. Tonight, the only goal was an own goal so far.
Bezecourt finds So. Bezecourt gets it back. His shot deflected by 2 defenders. And Asiadou is off and running the other direction. Great work defensively by Legion. Asiadou turned around. Referee plays the advantage towards Wright. Wright splits the defenders. He's in on goal. Brian Wright denied by Loro, and what a save it was.
Brian Wright with a chance to put this game away. Did really, really well. Split the 2 defenders. Perfect touch. Took it just the way he wanted to, but give Evan Loro credit. That was a great save 1v1.
Now back the other direction. So with an opportunity, and he misses it wide. End-to-end action here at BBVA Field. What an opportunity from Wright. Splits the defense, just couldn't provide the finish. Great save by Lauro.
Skate save and a beaut from Lauro. Got that left leg out there just in time. He's a really big man at 6'3". That's become a part of the modern game. Goalkeepers have gotten so tall that we actually see more and more leg saves than what we used to. Really big save at a really key moment of the game.
Matt Van Oekel given a warning for time wasting. Referee Elton Garcia says the next time will result in a booking. As he sends it away here in the 79th minute. So couldn't quite keep it in play. It'll be a throw-in coming for Legion.
A lot of sloppy touches from New York Red Bull. They've had a lot of possession. They've had some chances. This team has the lowest passing accuracy of any team in the league, and we're seeing it again tonight.
Lowest passing accuracy, but one of the highest chances created numbers in the league. Speaks to the pressure they put on opponents as Johnson goes through the back of Tolkien. A late foul is given, and Johnson with some words for the linesman. And I don't know if the yellow card will be for the foul or for the words, but either way, he's going in the book.
It's going to be for the words to the assistant referee, and rightfully so. You can't run across the field and get in the face of the assistant referee. You're going to get carded for that every time. I think Daniel Johnson showing a little bit of frustration from the red card call earlier in the match that was made by that same assistant referee. He tried to get out of the way of that one, but there's no question he clipped the heels.
So Tolkien is off for the moment. We're 10v10 as he receives medical attention for the second time tonight. Fisher can't quite get there. Van Oekel does to deny Jorgensen. As Red Bulls 2 look primed to make their third and final change of the evening here in just a moment.
If you're just a neutral soccer fan tuning in to watch New York Red Bulls for the first time, you can notice some of their missed passes, some missed touches, but you also got to notice their relentless attitude, their continuous pumping of balls and players into the box. They're just so dangerous all the time. You got a free kick at their defensive third of the field, and within just a couple of seconds, they're in the attacking third.
Legion trying to mount an attack of their own, although it's cut out by So. And as Tolkien gingerly makes his way towards the opposite touchline, it doesn't look like he's going to be able to continue. Red Bulls 2's third and final change might be a substitute for the 17-year-old. Here's Ward. Ward looking for Kasim. The flag is going to go up for offside. And now Red Bulls 2 will make their third and final change. And it's going to be Janos Luba, the 24-year-old from Germany, who comes on. So Luba, the final change tonight. Red Bulls 2 are out of changes. Legion still have one left should they opt to use it. And it looks like they will as they're prepping their own change to come on in a moment.
Red Bulls have changed both of their outside backs. And as you think about it, you'd think that's a little strange when you need a goal. Why are you making subs in the back? But they send their outside back so far up into the attack. They're their only wide attacking players. And so it may just simply be that physically it's so demanding for them in the way this team plays. They need to make those changes to keep the energy high in the wide positions.
Luba able to hold off Daniel Johnson. That's ushered all the way back to Lauro. Less than 8 minutes to go, plus stoppage time tonight from BBVA Field. Big contest for both these two sides with playoff positioning hanging in the balance. Bezecorp out wide for Mines. Mines couldn't quite hit the cross. So turns, keeps it in play, back to Mines. Mines to the top of the area. Stroud brings it down. Stroud's pass cut out by Johnson, who sends it away, but only as far as level. Here comes Stroud again. Joined by Luba, his cross. Drops for Elney. Elney to Jorgensen. Couldn't quite get it off. Bezecourt lets it go. It takes a deflection in front of goal. Mine service as well across the face. Does Luba keep it in play? He does, according to the linesman. So much pressure from Red Bulls too. Lima's cross takes a deflection and is just wide of the far post.
That was really close, and that's what this New York Red Bulls team is all about. Balls being driven from side to side, squirting in, deflections, rebounds, anything can happen. That ball, again, just maybe a foot past the post.
Third and final change of the night for Birmingham Legion FC is Eric Avila. The 31-year-old comes on for Daniel Johnson, who gets a nice ovation from the home crowd. His efforts certainly appreciated tonight.
Daniel's had a great game tonight, but this is all about defensive energy. He's run up, he's run back, and I think his race is done for the night. Eric Avila, a very experienced player who's played half his matches in midfield and half in the back, so he's a very good defensive player. He'll play in midfield, but he's certainly coming on to help lock down the defensive effort tonight.
Both sides have made 3 changes. And we'll roll with these 11s, or make it an 11 and a 10 for Legion's perspective for the remaining 5 minutes in stoppage time. Here's Bryce Lovell, the 17-year-old from New Jersey. Bezecourt out wide for Mines. Mines cuts it inside for So. Elney leaves it. Bezecourt doesn't let it go. Now he does. Van Oekel with a great save to keep the lead intact.
And that's why Matt Van Oekel is there. That's what this Legion team has needed. Almost every big win this season has been sparked by 1 or 2 saves from Matt Van Oekel. That was his first real save of the night. It was a great one.
Great strike by Bezecourt. Van Oekel up to the task. Kasim couldn't quite keep it in play. A throw in coming for Red Bulls too. Lima leaves it for Stroud, who wins another Red Bulls corner. Corner count getting up there for Red Bulls too. This is number 14 of the night for the visitors.
It's a lot of corner kicks. This time it looks like they're not going to play their little short play. They're just going to serve it into the box.
Low and driven, flicked on. Elney had it flicked to the face of goal unsuccessfully, and here comes Asiadou. Asiadou off and running, trying to hold off a defender, taken down from behind, and it will draw a yellow card booking.
Legion fans are going crazy and wondering why this isn't a red card, but it was not the last man back. It was not a clear and obvious goal scoring chance, and that's why the referee has gone to his front pocket and given yellow, but the fans certainly don't like it. And it looks like both players are staying down for a moment.
Medical attention needed for Asiadou. And now the yellow card is officially shown. Legion fans not happy, they wanted red. I agree with you, tactical foul with defenders out front. Only yellow for Preston Kilwine as we get another opportunity to look.
Definitely other defenders back. Not a clear goal scoring chance, but a really tough break. Frustrating for Legion where you have a counter, you have a chance to create a goal scoring chance, and it gets stopped by a tactical foul.
88th minute, Legion will take their time to restart play. Fans, don't forget, tune into ESPN3 Saturday, October 19th at 2 o'clock Central Time for a special game of the week to close out 2019. A home playoff match at stake when Real Monarchs SLC hosts Sacramento Republics FC. Winner hosts a playoff match while the loser potentially goes to the play-in game. Catch all the drama Saturday, October 19th at 3 o'clock Eastern Time, 2 o'clock Central Time on ESPN3. Kasim battling with Mines, able to win the duel and bring it down. Chance for Legion to keep a little bit of possession in the attacking half. Something they haven't had much in the second 45. Here's Asiadou. Asiadou cuts it inside. Leaves it for Arivo. Here's Ward. And Ward wins a throw.
Had an opportunity to serve that ball in the box, but he knows they don't need another goal. They just need to let the clock tick off. So he made a nice little fake, banged it off the defender, waste a few more seconds.
Red Bulls 2 able to win possession back, but only for a moment. Chested down by Asiadou. Asiadou's shot is blocked. And Red Bulls 2 send it back the other direction. Fisher was there waiting. More possession for Birmingham Legion FC, trying to bleed this clock as we near the final stages of the night. 89th minute, Legion 2, Red Bulls 1. Been an entertaining night. If you're a neutral, you can't ask for much more than what this game has supplied in terms of entertainment value. Here's Lemma. Out wide for Luba, back recycled to Kilwine. Now Stroud, early service, clipped by Hollinger Jansen. And Van Oekel did the smart thing and made sure that got over the crossbar. 15th corner of the night coming for Red Bulls 2.
The moment that ball deflected, it certainly looked like it might drop in the top corner of the net. Matt Van Oekel had it covered.
Lemma with a left-footed service. Headed away by Wright. Goalie forward for Red Bulls 2 as Lemma is able to keep it in play and Wright blasted into the nether. Goalie still forward. Evan Loro in the area. Cross deflected. Flicked on. Avila sends it away. As we get word from the touchline, we get 4 minutes of added time. Our added time tonight brought to you by UAB Medicine. Lemma with a back post service. Lopez is there. Loro, the goalkeeper, playing defense in the attacking half as Lopez sends it away.
Well, he knows he's not going to get back in time, so he might as well stay up and be a part of the offense, although he's now making his way back.
Ward heads it up to Brian Wright. A chance for Legion to counter if they want it. The crowd urging them forward. Here's Asiadou. Asiadou cuts it inside on his right. Asiadou fakes. Still fakes. Still Asiadou. Asiadou's cross, and Kasim can't quite flick it on frame. Dangerous moments at both ends as we enter the 92nd minute.
The excitement is there. Legion players need to do the work and get back. They're tired, they're exhausted. 10 men have done the work of 11, but it's not over yet. And we know this New York team isn't going to stop till the very last moment.
Here comes Bezecourt. Plays it towards Mines. Mines on the edge of the area. Dispossessed by Kasim. And here's Wright. Wright trying to hold off one defender, a second, a third, and now he finds Kasim off and running. Kasim is in on goal with a chance to supply the finisher. It's Kasim, denied by Loro.
Prosper Kasim with a chance to finish it all, but he's so tired he cannot get back. Legion have got to catch their breath and keep their composure. There's only moments left, but there's still time on this clock.
Avila trying to split defenders. Doesn't quite do it as Luba gets there first. Crowd has been whipped into a frenzy tonight. What a performance this has been from both sides. Legion have played down a man for approaching 50 minutes. Dangerous moments, edge of the area. Van Oekel has to come out to the edge of the box to deal with it.
Lack of communication by Hollinger Jansen and Matt Van Oekel, but that's what happens when you're playing your third center back of the night, and really the fourth. Your number 4 center back has come in late in the game. He hasn't played in almost a month. You're going to have a couple of those moments. Legion got away with it this time.
Another throw-in coming for Birmingham Legion FC. Fans, don't forget you can continue to enjoy the USL on ESPN Plus through the 2022 season. With games like this, why wouldn't you? As Wright goes down, and the foul goes against Wright. Crowd can't believe it. Red Bulls want to play quickly. In the 94th minute, into our final minutes, at least a minimum of stoppage time. Here's So. His pass cut out by Lopez. Could be the final attack of the night for Red Bulls 2. Here's Stroud. Stroud cuts it back. Elney's shot is denied. Still work to be done. Man goes down, referee says play on. And Hollinger Jansen sends it forward. Clock continues to tick in our 94th minute. And there's the final whistle. Full time from our referee. And Birmingham Legion with a massive 3-point performance to close out a 2-1 victory tonight. They played with 10 men for nearly 50 minutes, and in the end, come away with their most important 3 points of the season.
A big match, controversy all over the field from start to finish, but 2 great goals for Legion FC, an own goal for New York Red Bulls to cut the lead in half. 10 players doing the work of 11 and somehow getting it done. This Legion FC team has had success against the very top teams in this league. They've now beaten Red Bulls, who they got beat by earlier in the year 5-0. Give them a couple months and they turn it around completely. They've beaten Tampa Bay, who's at the top. They've beaten North Carolina, who's near the top. They've beaten Indy 11, who are near the top. They seem to find their best when they're playing against the best. It was a great match and a fun match tonight.
If there's such thing as a signature performance, this was it from Birmingham Legion FC. They scratched, they clawed, they played down a man for most of the nights. And in the end, they come away with a 2-1 win over New York Red Bulls 2. We'll take a timeout and wrap up the scene from BBVA Field when we return.
At Red Diamond, we've spent 112 years searching the world for the perfect beans. Your search will be considerably shorter. Red Diamond. Expect perfection. Available at a grocer near you. When your taste buds demand greatness, nothing compares to Red Diamond coffee. Unless, of course, it's Red Diamond tea. No shortcuts, no skimping. Perfect's not easy. Red Diamond. Available at a grocer near you.
The home faithful certainly enjoying a hard-fought 2-1 victory tonight for Birmingham Legion FC over New York Red Bulls 2. Even the head coach had to come over and show some love to the supporters section. Coach Tom Sohn with a two-handed fist pump there, knowing his side secured a full 3 points this evening. As we get a look at our final numbers from tonight's entertaining, up and down, back and forth contest, Mike. This match had a little bit of everything, and in the end there were chances abound for both sides. So many shots, especially for New York Red Bulls 2. They peppered the back line of Legion, up a man for the entirety of the second half. They got one on an own goal off the boot of Kyle Fisher, but in the end, you got to say Birmingham Legion's defense stepped up.
lots of numbers for both teams, lots of statistics on both sides of the board. But this game was about heart and fight and spirit, and both teams showed what great teams they are and what big hearts they have. In the end, two great finishes, one from Brian Wright, one from Prosper Kasim. That was the difference in the match. But boy, that was a soccer match. Two teams giving absolutely everything for the full 90 minutes.
And a heartbreaker for New York Red Bulls, too, who have to feel a bit hard done. Up a man for that long, had that much possession and 21 shots, but could not come away with at least a point from the Magic City tonight. So here are the scenarios going into the final weekend of play coming up in the next 3 or 4 days. Birmingham Legion FC control their own destiny due to a tiebreaker over Charleston Battery. If they beat Pittsburgh Riverhounds on Sunday, they are in. If not, they need a couple of things to happen. One of them would include a St. Louis loss on Saturday, or a Charleston Battery loss would do the trick as well. Charleston Battery, meanwhile, need a win on Saturday and a Birmingham loss on Sunday, or a St. Louis loss. As now standing in the table, Birmingham Legion FC and Charleston Battery each with 43 points, St. Louis with 42. All three of those teams with one match to play. It's going to be a fun, entertaining weekend to scoreboard watching.
It's going to be exciting. It's funny how quick things change. St. Louis goes from 9th to 11th overnight. They didn't even get to play, and they've dropped out of the playoff spot at this moment. But this is going to be a great weekend. All the teams knowing that they've got a lot to fight and battle for. This Birmingham Legion team knows that against the top teams, they've had success. Pittsburgh also took it to them earlier this season in Pittsburgh. Legion have done really well at home lately, and they've done well against the top teams. They get to play against the #1 seed at the moment. It'll be an interesting match.
The fans lining up along the crosswalk there, ready to greet the Legion FC players and congratulate them on a hard-fought battle victory over New York Red Bulls 2 tonight. This game had a little bit of everything. It was Brian Wright who set the tone early with that goal. Yellow cards, red cards, over 30 combined shots from the two sides. Prosper Kasim, though, supplied Legion second, and that proved to be the difference on this night. Our final score, Birmingham Legion FC 2, New York Red Bulls 2, just the one. The copyright in this broadcast is owned by USL Productions, LLC. All rights to this broadcast are reserved, and any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written permission of USL Productions is prohibited. For Mike Getman and the entire crew here in the Magic City at BBVA Field, we say so long, and we'll talk to you on Sunday afternoon.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.